Lifestyle makeover expert Cheryl Richardson is back to help you connect with listening to what your purpose in life is. So today you're going to meet people who started to live the life they always dreamed of by paying attention. This is so important. If you just pay attention to the messages in your life. And I often say, we say this after the show many times, a lot of people think, oh, I went in, I prayed, I asked God. A woman said to me once, I went in, I did that meditation thing, Oprah. I prayed, I asked God, nothing happened. You know, because you're thinking it's going to come with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Yes. It's not a Moses in the burning bush announcement, people. Right. It's every other experience in your life. Okay, we hope their stories today are going to inspire you to begin to examine your life and ask, what messages are you getting? This is Tyler Perry. Listen to this. Tyler was homeless and living in his car less than 4 years ago. And now he's a successful playwright with sold-out shows and rave reviews in major cities across the country because Tyler says he learned to do exactly what we're talking about.
Listen to your life.
To listen to his life by taking responsibility. Exactly. Look at Tyler's story, honey.
I can't even find words to express what it has meant for me to understand that taking responsibility is key to changing your life. My childhood was a nightmare. At the hands of my father, I suffered a great deal of torment. He was very physically abusive. I remember him beating me with the vacuum cleaner cord and verbally abusive as well. I would write and draw and do things like that. And he thought of those things as sissies. And he felt that he could beat that out of me. So much anger had built inside of me that I couldn't be successful at anything and would always find a way to self-sabotage something because I didn't feel like I was good enough. In the late 80s and early 90s, I was watching the Oprah show, and she said that it was cathartic to actually get things out of you and put them on paper. So I started writing letters to myself to deal with the childhood pain. I started using different characters' names, and it would actually become my very first play. I know I've been changed.
Don't you know how much it hurts me to see you jump every time I come near you?
The show would open and close. The reviews would be good, but financially it would be just a disaster. And this would happen over and over and over again. I lost everything I had, and eventually I would end up out on the street and homeless. It was the darkest time in my life. Then one day I have this phone call with my parents. We're having an argument, and I get to confront my father in ways that I'd never had. All of the anger and bitterness and frustration that I had held on to came out at that moment. There's something very incredible about actually having to confront your abuser. I would never in life let anybody or any situation have control over me again. Although I was angry and bitter and blaming everyone in life, I had to take responsibility for that.
Because he didn't just hurt you, he hurt me. He didn't just have sex with you. That man molested me.
Just as in the play, how this character confronts the parent, it changed his life so much that he became a different person. The exact same thing happened to me. I finally listened to the thing that I had written 6 years ago. Subconsciously, it had come to me and said, this is how you become successful at whatever you do. Forgive. Once I've learned the power of forgiveness, I was able to move on, and everything changed. Life now is wonderful. I've written 5 plays in the last 3 years, grossed over $20 million, and seeing 20 to 30,000 people a week coming to a Tyler Perry show. To imagine that, it's almost mind-boggling. My relationship with my father is great. I'm actually living in a house that he built. The same hands he used to abuse and beat me with, I live in the house. Those hands built. You have to remember that you're encouraging a woman who's been abused. So when you get to your life won't be easy because there's so much to learn. I mean, you really need to convince her of that in the song.
I look in your eyes.
My father is so proud of me. He cries at every show, at every performance. To think, had I not listened to what my life was saying to me in my own writing, I would never be at this point. I had finally heard what life had to say.